perfect stop. Just in time to, boom, not get T-boned. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've had a bunch of requests lately on actually an older video of mine to kind of remake it and maybe add to it a little bit. So I figured I'd come back to it. It's a perfect day for it, and we'll see what we can get into here. Now the video I'm talking about is just kind of a goofy, funny video that I made a while back, and it was just getting my two-wheel drive F150 unstuck out of the snow. Now, I never meant it to be a how-to or anything more than just kind of a funny video. In fact, the premise of that video was just that I ran out of sodas and I needed to get to the store. If I remember right, it was somewhere around like 15, 16 inches of snow. We got buried that winter. We don't have near that much snow today, but it did just stop snowing a little bit ago, and I figured it's as good a time as any to jump out in the truck and kind of do a little bit of, driving a two-wheel drive truck in the winter. Before I do any of that, though, I get bundled up, especially if you're doing any long-distance driving or going anywhere where there's the possibility of getting stuck. It's good to be prepared. You want to have some warm clothes on, good pair of gloves with you, and, stay warm, stay safe. In the event that you do get stuck somewhere, you don't want to be sitting there in shorts and a t-shirt. So anyway, let's head out to the truck, get this thing warmed up. We didn't get a ton of snow here, but a decent amount. There's the old girl. Now it's been a week or so since I've driven this thing. Been driving my Grand Marquis around. Again, another two-wheel drive vehicle. Gets around just fine in the winter, but let's fire this thing up, see how she does. Yeah, no problem. Another helpful thing to have, a good scraper, brush. I like these long-handled ones on the truck. I'm not a tall guy, but I can reach clear across. Good enough. Well, since we're back here anyway, something any vehicle is going to benefit from in the winter is a little bit of added traction weight, especially if it's rear-wheel drive trucks. Some of the rear-wheel drive cars, like my Grand Marquis, they're typically a lot lighter in the rear. Now that's where you're trying to put all the power down, so you want a little bit of extra weight back there to help put that power down. Cool, thanks. You can go get sandbags, you can get, any number of things. Me personally, I like to just throw whatever I got laying around. Apparently not struts. I keep things like an old cylinder head, some coil springs, a fence I tore down, and, other random stuff. Intake manifold, things like that. Another thing I like to keep handy in the old truck here is a little mini snow shovel. Now this thing doesn't look like it would do much. This little thing doesn't look like it would do much, but it works well when you're in a pinch. You can get in there trying to dig your tires out, get a little bit of extra traction. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And it can just ride along back there. Sometimes just having the right tools for what you're trying to do makes all the difference in the world. If you guys want to see more of this whole thing, you know, I got some stuff that I've been wanting to do to it. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. I know these old trucks are fairly popular, and you know, I sure enjoy mine. Like I said, I got some stuff I've been wanting to do in the future to it, and yeah, let me know. Now, as far as the actual driving goes with two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive, it's pretty much the same thing. Unless you have like an automatic four-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive type of system where the vehicle's going to automatically kick that in and out for you, a four-wheel drive vehicle really isn't going to do much good for you unless you're already stuck. Now, when it gets to those sticky situations, that's where a little bit of your careful driving can come in and can really save you. If you're somewhere where you're already stationary and you're stuck and you're spinning tires, a lot of people think, well, I'll just floor it. That'll get me going. Actually, that's probably one of the worst things you can do. You really want to take it slow and easy. It's not always just floor it and go that's going to get you where you need to go. Sometimes putting the hammer down is the best solution. If you can get a little bit of traction, a little bit of speed, you want to keep that momentum and you want to keep that traction going. So, unfortunately, sometimes that's the way you got to do it to get yourself out of that situation. Think Jeremy Clarkson. More speed, more power. Let's see what we can do here. Nothing's really been out plowing yet, so I don't expect a whole lot. Just take it nice and easy here.
Alright guys, today my dad's gonna do something very dangerous.
Just like any other vehicle, I'm going down a little bit of a hill here, heading towards the stop sign. I want to make sure I take it slow and easy. Getting on the brakes. If I jab on them, let's see what happens. Oh, I start sliding. But if I'm slow and easy on the brakes, come to a perfect stop, just in time to, boom, not get T-boned. Now we got a little bit of a hill ahead of us. Again, let's see what we're up against. I know it's slick underneath this snow. You can hear the truck working, just slow and easy. I want to pick up enough speed to where I can make it up the hill, but not so much that I spin. Let's see what happens here. Got a few more hills ahead of me. Let's see what happens if I do it the wrong way. Again, going down a fairly decent sized hill. Four-wheel drive isn't going to help you out with braking. Let's see what happens if I jab the brakes. Oh, and I'm sliding right for the curb. And I let off. There we go. Same thing, going up a fairly decent sized hill. Let's see what happens if I give it too much throttle. This thing, it's easy to do in. It gets sideways on me.
Whoa.
And that guy walking didn't like it. Howdy, neighbor. So sometimes more power isn't the solution. This is a pretty steep grade here. Let's actually stop right on the grade. I know it probably doesn't come across on the camera, but it's fairly decent. There, it's spinning. Light power, light throttle. And it just walks its way right up the hill. Let's go out where the roads are less maintained. How about that? say one of the biggest things that I tell people, especially if you're learning to drive, if you have a rear-wheel drive vehicle, two-wheel drive truck, is, as silly as this may sound, find the limitations of your vehicle. Because if you know what your limitations are, then you know when you're getting close to them or about to pass them. It doesn't hurt to fishtail your vehicle a little bit. It doesn't hurt to lock up your brakes and see how the vehicle reacts. So that way, if you are in a situation where you need to lock up your brakes or stop quickly, or you need to accelerate quickly, you're not surprised by the results. And I would guess that the majority of drivers, that's why you end up in the ditch, that's why you end up in a crash, is because you expect the car to react a certain way and it doesn't. We have some beautiful old bridges around here. These old iron bridges are great. I love them. Just cool looking. They don't make them like that anymore, that's for sure. We'll turn around up here. Oh, there she goes. More speed. Like somebody was testing out their traction over here. Interesting. Looks like somebody was testing out their brakes right there. Those darn kids anyway. But it's almost like somebody was doing a little bit of power slides around the corner. Silly kids. Who would do such a thing? You guys with driving your two-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive vehicle in the snow, and if not, hey, I got to play around in the snow for a little bit in the old Ford. Win-win, I guess. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I hope you had some fun with this one, and we'll